Everybody, good evening. Welcome to United Real Therapy, people. How are we doing wherever you are in the world? Morning, evening, afternoon. Big up to every one of you. I've just triggered a loads of snowflakes on Twitter because I just told them the truth about how much of a fraud Neymar is. Neymar was amazing at Barcelona. Neymar, Paris Saint-Germain, is like a showboating fraud. And from Brazil, he's even worse. He's even worse for Brazil. And this guy started playing for Brazil when he was like 16, 17, I think, when he got into the Brazil team. So I've just triggered him because I don't rate my guy. But some of these people absolutely love Neymar. But anyway, let's not make it about Neymar, man. Let's talk about it. For me, I always like players who play with 2 feet, who play as a team players, who don't make the game about themselves. And especially about him, absolute fraud. Absolute fraud. Georgie B, honestly, Georgie, big up Georgie B. Georgie, honestly, that my guy at the height of his peak, he went to play in a farmers league for money. And for Brazil, he comes deep, picks up the ball, and then he just he makes the game about himself other than passing the ball. He wants to take people on. This ain't no showboating, mate. You know, one of those footballers that entertain the crowd at halftime. He thinks he's one of them. Honestly. And yeah, and Fred is from Stoke as well, 100%. You see him giving the ball away tonight. Oh my gosh. But anyway, people, we've got bigger things to get into tonight anyway. Bigger things to get into tonight. Yeah, possible buyers for Man United. Obviously, as you saw the photo, I'm going to have to share it. Let me share the photo. Because I want to show you the potential people that we're linked with. These are the people that apparently have come forward or have shown interest. So, let's go. Let me get this photo. Let me get rid of this first, man. You guys can see, hopefully, 1 second. I'm just sorting it out, people. I'm just sorting it out. Share. Big up to every one of you. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but big up to every one of you. Love and light. Welcome to the channel. So I don't know how well you can see that, people, but we've got Apple, who are worth 2.4 trillion, Amazon 950 billion, Dubai Sovereignty Wealth Fund 305 billion, Makush Abani, 91 billion. Jim Ratcliffe, 13 billion. Facebook, 240 billion. Amanico Ortega, 61 billion. David Beckham, 450 million. David Beckham couldn't even afford to lace to put down any stuff in the training or any of the new technologies that we need, or even to renovate one half of Old Trafford with 450 million. But anyway, people, big up to all of you. Love and light. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to collaborate with Alice. Always it is. She's one of my favorite, man. I really like Alice, especially with her daily news show. She's really, really good. I want the Saudis or the Arabs to buy. I have doubts about Radcliffe because he's not run Nice now. Well, he doesn't own Nice, by the way. The company that he is part of with his friends own Nice. He doesn't own Nice. We need owners who will not be able to help. Would not only help the club in the area of Old Trafford, just like Sheikh Mansour did with East Manchester. Big up Mufc TV, man. Big up Mufc. Love, brother. Yeah, Tom, jump on, Tom. I'll send you the link. I thought I sent you the link already. Apologies, man. Apologies, man. Big up Tommy. Big up Tommy. Honestly, bunch of snowflakes on Twitter. I swear to God. They're like, you celebrate. I'm like, yes, that fraud is not going to play. Hopefully, the Brazil will play Jesus. But they're all coming for me on Twitter, honestly. They're just bunch of frauds. Neymar is shit. Neymar is a one-trick pony. Horrendous. Tom, I've sent you the link on Twitter. Oh, no. I'm not sending you the link on Twitter. I've sent you something else. Big up, Tom, by the way. Big up, Tom. Big up Therapy Army. Let's be having you. You have a football opinion about a player and people start losing their heads. They're telling me I'm celebrating. I'm like, no. I'm like, fantastic news for Brazil as a team because they play better without him. They play a lot better without him. Lot better without him. Logan, we're live now, man. We're live now, bro. We are live now. Big up, Logan. But yeah, absolute fraudsters. Absolute fraudsters. But Tom, how are you?
Evening.
Evening, how are you, Tom? You well?
Yeah, not bad. Just sending her in.
Yeah. So, Apple said not to not buy Man United.
They're not interested.
Apple reporter. Okay.
They're not interested.
Yeah, well, I don't know why their name got mentioned.
Because they've got the largest economic company in the world. That's why. And they've got assets that value 2.4 trillion.
I actually think the Saudis are richer than the Apple. Me personally, they're worth trillions and trillions. The Saudis, right? And people are like, oh, they're apparently.
The assets that they own are, though, there's a difference, though, with the potential buyers. It depends on the assets that they earn. This is just of
the royal family.
The people. Yeah, the royal family are obviously going to be worth major amounts of money. But you take, for example, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, for example, £13 billion is his net worth on its own. That's not including the assets that he owns or he operates with Ineos, for example, who have a capacity of, I think, about 60 billion. A net worth of that company. So that's what he operates with. So that's why people will get probably misconstrued with Ratcliffe, for example, saying, oh, he's only got £13 billion. He probably wouldn't have the long-term finances to do what he wants with Manchester United. But if we're being honest, Nuruddin, and let's be real now, Amazon and Apple and Facebook, as far as my understanding is, I don't think any of them are going to buy. Apple and Amazon are both in the marketing of broadcasting, not owning football clubs. So they would have to change their own persona around streaming global football games if they were to buy Manchester United, either one of them. Ultimately, I think the Dubai link is probably the one that they would outbid anybody. Regardless of people's political point of views, and obviously we already know about things with human rights and stuff like that. If they want to buy the football club, Nuruddin, they'll buy it, won't they? Let's be honest. They'll be able to outbid a lot of the other suitors who will be in the race. If that is a Ratcliffe or if that is a Mukesh Ambani, whoever that is. But yeah, this was funny that I saw on Twitter as well. That that they're all panicking.
This is laughable, Tom, if this is true. Man City, Liverpool.
It's not true because Apple aren't interested, but
we'll have a meeting with the FA regarding the potential Apple takeover Man United.
Premier League clubs believe a new ownership worth in trillions could harm the integrity and competitiveness of the famous game competition in the world. West Ham, Leicester, and apparently Newcastle are also expected to join the consortium.
But Newcastle are worth more than Apple.
But this is the thing as well, Nuruddin. A lot of these clubs, if they want to do this with Manchester United or Liverpool, for example, because I believe if Dubai want to buy a football club, they will buy one of those two. If I'm being honest, if a sovereign state is going to buy a football club, it's most likely going to be Dubai investors or the Investment Corporation of Dubai. Now, if they do buy one of those football clubs, Nuruddin, these clubs who will have put potentially a meeting together, or could do in the future, if a Dubai state ownership comes in, they don't really have a leg to stand on because they backed against the Saudi takeover of Newcastle, but Newcastle's consortium net worth is worth more than Dubai's net worth. So what can you exactly say? You've allowed one in who's got the higher net worth in the Saudis to buy Newcastle, but you won't let somebody in who's got a lesser net worth and can do probably lesser damage than what Newcastle can do with the financial constraints that they have and the financial growth that they will have being backed by Saudi Arabia because of the investment in that country. So what leg do you really have to stand on? You allow one that's more powerful than the other to do the damage, then one that's got less chance and less capital to invest in a football club to then damage it. It makes no sense. You can understand the point of view and everything with what Apple, if that was true, if that was going to be true anyway, with the Apple links and everything. But from my understanding anyway, Apple, they're not interested. They're interested in broadcasting. They're interested in the media side of sports, not just in particular football and the Premier League. We've also seen with Amazon Prime, the video, Amazon Prime Video, documentaries. We're also seeing it where they're getting legal rights to broadcast games as well over festive and Christmas periods. So they're in the more of a media and sport market as opposed to ownership. So if we want to go down that prospect, and this is what the Saudi Arabian Sports Prime Minister said, that he's interest and appetite in United and Liverpool in the private sector. Essentially, he is stating that if there is investors within Saudi Arabia that would have the financial means to put in a bid for Manchester United, that the kingdom would back those investors to do so. That's basically what they're saying. They're going to back the businessmen who would want to buy the football clubs, either Man United or Liverpool. But as far as it goes at the moment, Nuruddin, because I know a lot of people have questions of where's it more likely to go at the moment? Well, if we're being fair, there's probably three concrete offers. The Middle East are going to be involved, aren't they? Let's be honest. Whether it's Dubai, whether it's investors from Saudi, Qatar, wherever it's going to be, there will be some big dogs in the Middle East that will put up the big bucks to try and buy the football club. So Jim Ratcliffe will probably have to lead a consortium if he wants to buy it, because he's not going to have the funds to buy it alone. So he's going to need Ineos, or he's going to need other investors to back alongside with him. And then you've obviously got the US market as well, where there's going to be people that are going to want to be over there. But like you say, whoever is going to get this ownership, they're going to have to do it through the Rainy Sports Group. Now, this is the thing that's going to get misconstrued, is the Manchester United takeover will not be as quick as the Chelsea takeover. And I'll give you the reason and the documentation and the information as to why. Because they had to sell Chelsea fast because government was involved, the sanctions, and they needed the quick sale. With Manchester United, exactly. But however, with Manchester United, what the Rainy Sports Group will do is they will go around and collect all the information of potential suitors who have the financials to do it. They will contact them, say, you're interested or not. What financial means can you put forward? Here's the asking price. Would you be prepared to meet it, or what is your selected price? They will then whittle it down to 50 potential suitors, of which the Glazer family will then have a variety of options to look at, which then the Glazer family whittle it down to 5 suitors, and then they go ahead with the cooperation of the Rainy Group to then state to them, right, this is what you want to do. So you've got potentially Saudi Arabia, you've got XYZ family or consortium of America, you've got Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you've got all these different options, and then the Glazer family pick which is the more viable option and suitable one for them, which the business people mirrored in. So if the business people, they're going to go for what? The highest offer that's on the table. And the highest offer on the table will, I would say categorically, probably be the Middle East. But that's just from what I understand of it. If they want a bidding war, and there is Middle Eastern investors that are interested, it will go to the Middle East. If not, I think US investors have a better chance of attaining the football club than a Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because they will get together as a group of consortiums in the mold that Todd Bowley did. But one conception that I would say for people who have writ off Sir Jim Ratcliffe because of his net worth and because of he doesn't exactly have the major finances, that liquid cash, should we say, that's never going to run out. He has a 3 times more net worth than Todd Bowley does at Chelsea, and Todd Bowley's a multi-billionaire. He's got a net. I think Todd Bowley's got a net worth of about 4.5 billion or something along the lines of that. So Jim Ratcliffe's got about 3 times the net worth of Todd Bowley anyway. So people are already discrediting those things, and Todd Bowley's already had to put plans in before he bought Chelsea that he will renovate the stadium. He will improve the technology at the training ground, and he can't have a dividends clause to take any money out of the football club for 10 years. Basically, a Glazer clause in many cases, if people want to call it nowadays. So Chelsea are running scot-free for basically 10 years with a new ownership. But this is the thing, though, like Logan's saying here, Abu Dhabi and Dubai are not the same, no. But the last point that I'll make anyway is Sheikh Mansour, who owns Manchester City, is the Prime Minister of the UAE. However, Dubai is a city which is contested in the UAE, but it does have its own crown prince and royal family. But Sheikh Mansour basically runs the whole of the UAE. So it's going to be very difficult, I think, for a Dubai bid to go in, considering that the Manchester City owner, who is Manchester United's biggest rival in many cases in their eyes, would then want to buy into Manchester United and compete against them.
No, Tom, you're not understanding. They're 2 different cities.
They're 2 different cities.
They're 2 different. They're 2 different dynasties. They're 2 different. There's Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi and Dubai. They're 2 different entities. They're all they call themselves the Arab Emirates, right? But they're 2 different. They're 2 different. 2 different rulers that they have. They have 2 different rulers.
It's the only problem with that, though, is there's all the politics and everything that will come with that, because then you've got the 2 cities pinning against each other, and it doesn't bode well anyway in terms of the investment and stuff like that. But Kish, though, Ratcliffe isn't the sole owner of Nice. That's the only thing I would say. Ineos is Ineos, which Ratcliffe runs the company, I will admit. I think he's like a chief executive or something of Ineos, but he doesn't particularly on his own Nice Football Club, like people say.
Yeah, apparently PSG might be for sale. Apparently.
They are for sale. They are for sale.
Yeah. PSG might be for sale.
They are for sale.
And Logan is saying Qatar is saying they're not interested, so it's all good.
But it probably wouldn't be like a fund or anything. It'll be investors, won't it?
So Tom, you would like Jim Ratcliffe, yeah? I would like Jim Ratcliffe but then it's like, would he?
I don't know though. I've got my. I'll be honest with you. I've got my reservations with Jim Ratcliffe because of his model of how he runs business.
Yeah,
he puts business before anything. And to say he's a Manchester United fan, and these are the things that people are going to be pointing towards, is they go more towards him than another ownership. But he's putting business before anything, and I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe's one of these owners that will come into Manchester United. He's not going to spend all this money. He will want a return on investment. He's not doing it out of the goodness of his own heart. He'll want something back out of it.
Listen, by the way, guys, you've been watching the videos, but you're not smashing a like on the video.
Come on, people.
Every video. Make sure you smash a like on the video. I'm asking you the question tonight. Who do you want Manchester United? Who do you guys want to buy Man United? Who do you want?
You want Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Nuruddin?
No, I would like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and maybe
you would like him.
No, I would like him with somebody who are backing him, maybe a consortium of some sort. Because at the end of the day, Man City are owned by billionaires. Liverpool and Paul, like they're going to be bought by billionaires. Newcastle are already owned by trillionaires. So we're going to have to compete. That's what modern football is these days. Modern football is this. Sorry, we didn't make it. We didn't make this football, but that's what it is. And do I think that Jim Radcliffe is going to invest in a stadium, brand new stadium, brand new training facilities, and a smaller stadium, and a training center for the youth and the women? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to have that money, or he's going to have it. He's going to want lots of it in return. And apparently, the Glazers want $6 billion. I don't think he's going to get Man United.
No, I would like him to, but I don't think he's gonna.
No,
I think a lot of people will want Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but I think in the back of their mind they're going to look at it and think he's not going to pay over the odds for the club. He's already said that he's not. But it's funny how when there wasn't all this media speculation coming out about Manchester, the Glazers were open to sell. So Jim Ratcliffe, he was doing interviews. He was in the paper every day saying, "Oh, Man United, I'll buy them. I'll buy them when they come available." Yeah. Well, the ball's in your court now, Jim, because they've come out and openly said that that is an option on the table for them to sell the football club. And in a lot of people's knowledge and in a lot of people's minds, Reading, that is the only option for the Glazer family because they can't afford to hold on any longer. They've milked the cow dry. To the barrel, they've absolutely, rinsed the barrel of Manchester United with the cash that they can make out of it, and now they want the final payday, and then that's it. They're done. But like we've just said, if this comes to a bidding war, I don't think a person's going to win this or a consortium. Even if you have 3, 4, 5 billionaires together, I don't think a consortium is going to win this. Because Yeah. But I just think because Estate has the more finances, Estate will outbid anybody, if I'm being honest.
I mean, George B makes a really good point here. He says, same with Apple and Amazon, they want return in investment and earnings and everything. So Jim Radcliffe and Ineos owning Man United is not a good. It's not a good thing, I don't think, in the long term. But
not in the long term.
If they were backed by trillionaires or billionaires, they'd be different, innit? Other billionaires, do you know what I mean? And they came as part of a consortium. Guys, there's only 100 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you already subscribe. Hit the notification button because it lets you know when we're live. So smash a like. We need to get the likes up on these videos. You guys in the chat have to help us here, man. But big up to every one of you. Tom, let me show you the thing again. Let me show it to you again because
go on.
I think we need to see it. Like the photo, potential buyers for Man United.
If this is what I think it is, then
no. I was showing you before. I named them potential.
Oh, the spreadsheet that you had up with all the finances.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were getting a picture up of the meeting potential owners.
Now, was there a photo? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was from ages ago. Right, can you remember when the Glazer family, they were looking at buying into the Indian Cricket League and there was the summit that was held in, I can't remember where it was held. I think it was held in the UAE. And Avram Glazer was pictured with the sports minister of like the Arab states and stuff.
I think it was Saudi Arabia. Not that they went to Saudi Arabia. No, I can't.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. Then I don't know where it was. Anyway, he was pictured with a couple of Arabs and stuff, speaking about it and things like that. And people were making conceptions of, is he putting forward the football club for sale?
Yeah, Mufc TV saying, hopefully Elon Musk can buy us so make us work. Yeah. It'll be interesting. As I say, Avram has talked to a reporter, so I think they're definitely selling. Listen, I don't trust them in it, Tom. I don't trust them. I'm still waiting. Like, to me, I have to see it to believe it. Then when the news breaks, Manchester United are no longer owned by the Glazers. We're having a party! We're having a party, and you're all invited. We're having a party, and you're all invited. I'm telling you, we're having a big party. That's what I have to do. I have to believe it.
So who do you think would get it then, Nuruddin? Stick your neck out. Who do you think? Not who you would like, who you would think.
Some people were telling me, I think it's going to be a Middle Eastern consortium, unless unless the Glazers specifically sell to some of their
Americans,
crony friends who want to rinse Man United and then sell it in a couple of years' time. I can see that happening as well.
But I don't see how they would get an investment.
Some sort of like trust fund kind of like finance, like one of those trust funds buying United to try to make more money out of United than the Glazers.
I mean, like we say, you've always got to be careful what you wish for. But if the Glazers are smart businessmen and they've
maybe say
been
me
businessmen throughout it.
Would you like? What's I like if you like saying me to buy Man United? Big up Stevie. Big up Stevie. Big up Stevie. Listen, apparently what they said is that they're looking for an American investors to buy Man United. They're the ones who are leading the front. The people who reported this from Sky and a lot of the people, they're saying it's an American-based consortium that wants to buy Man United. But Man
Unless they're going to cut them a deal for $4 billion, they ain't touching it.
Exactly, but Man United have been rinsed already. Like the reason why they got that Renner Group involved in the bidding is because they want the highest bidder. Same.
Well, they want the portfolio that Rain have on the American market. That's why they've gone for them. FSG haven't gone for Rain, for example, because they're open to selling to all bidders. But even where people are saying about, well, if the Rain Group are involved, then it's only going to be a US investor it's going to go to. That's not the case, because a lot of the Middle Eastern market, a lot of their business associates or business contacts are in New York. That is where their hub of a lot of the business that they tap into with the American market is, in New York. That's where the businessmen are from, in America mainly, is New York. So when you have all your associates in one particular part of the country, and I would say in many terms the business capital of America, behind Washington maybe, in New York, then you've obviously got conversations to be had there. So Jim Ratcliffe, I think, will find it hard to tap into that circle, because he found it hard for Chelsea, and let's be honest, he wasn't interested in Chelsea, if I'm being honest, because if you were interested, you'd have put a bid in from the start. But at the end of the day,
I'm not seeing any news that confirmed that. Is that true that they bought another team in the?
I think no. This is what I was talking about. I'm sure they went to a summit because it was
it
pictured
was
there.
Dubai. They were there for the meeting in Dubai. Yeah,
he was pictured there, but I think they got outbidded.
Was it last Christmas or January? I think
it was recent. I know that it wasn't like years ago, but they got outbidded, I think, in the market, so they didn't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up everybody. Please smash a like on the video. There's over 100 of you here. Yeah, we saw the Sky. Big up Jarvis as well. The perfect buyer would be the government pension fund global, often referred to as the Norwegian oil fund. It's worth $1.1 trillion, and they are strict ethical rules. So does that mean that would they put Ollie back in charge? You want Ollie back in charge, eh? You want Ollie back in charge then, eh? Would you? Government pension fund global, eh? The Norwegian fund. Yeah, they're 1.4 trillion. That's the biggest
Scandinavian company, that.
Yeah. That's the fund. The biggest fund in the world, apparently. Well, I think the Saudis are bigger than that, I personally believe, because the Saudis don't tell the world how much they're worth.
No, they don't, and that's a smart way of doing business.
Yeah, they're worth like the royal family. Saudi royal family are worth.
They're worth. Oh, I wouldn't even like to think. To be honest,
somebody said to 50 to 100 trillion. That's what somebody said one time. I'm like, wow.
I bet a drop of paint in their house is probably worth billions.
Yeah, Liverpool has to sell 3 billion, half the price of United. So let's not forget FSG are selling because they can't compete with City. Meanwhile, we can't even compete top four. I'm with Jim. I'm top four with Jim Ratcliffe. So you're with Jim. Okay. Let me know in the comments, people. Come on, who do you want to take over Man United? Bahrain. A lot of people think Bahrain as well.
I've not heard anything about Bahrain. It's gone quiet, hasn't it? Now, all of a sudden, as soon as they're on the market.
Yeah, that was out a couple of months ago. Somebody told me that there was a.
This is what I mean. People are chatting when it wasn't available. Now it's available. They've gone quiet.
I mean, that will make me feel sick. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but that would make me feel really sick. Like, really effing sick if I heard that they were the better. You know what I mean? They would be better. That would make me really sick.
Imagine the Glazer family. They sell Man United for $6 billion, and then they cut the nose to spite the face and goodbye Liverpool.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, that'll be sweet. That'll be sweet, honestly. I swear to you, that'll be the best.
That'd be the biggest Twitter banter ever. Forget Elon Musk ruling Twitter, mate. The Glazer family.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, that would be the best. Honestly. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
But I wouldn't expect this to be wrapped up till summer next year anyway.
Yeah.
Because I think an ownership, they'll want a new season, won't they? It's like when you get a new manager in, they want a start from the summer. They want a fresh season. They don't want to come in mid-term.
Yeah.
Newcastle, for example, is a good example to use. They struggled initially when they first came in because obviously they couldn't use the finances.
Because financial fair play and stuff like that.
That's what I mean. And they did, because they didn't have a licensing of ownership, they couldn't buy players outside of the transfer market.
Yeah.
And that obviously played a factor in why they couldn't appoint Eddie Howe sooner, why they had to give Steve Bruce his 1,000th game in management and things like that, etc.
Yeah, 100%. Agreed, Tom. Agreed. Newcastle, Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal are going to compete for the title for the coming 10 years. I hope United get destroyed first before it gets better. Well, we definitely know you're not a United fan, innit? You are scared, man. You see some of the rivals. Look. This is what some of the rivals. Look for the length they've gone to, Tom. You know what I mean? Look at the length they're going to, eh? That's why I always say that banner on top of the Stretford end is always there, innit? You know what? I don't hate it, but never ignored, mate. Never ignored. Never ignored. Mannequins FC. Here we go. But honestly, guys, who do you want to take over Man United? That's the question. Tom, who's your preferred? And somebody said about Alien Tunnel said that the North Sovereign Group are the richest in the world. All right, if they're the richest in the world, right? If they're the richest in the world, then does that mean that if they're the richest in the world, does that mean that they're asked about football or they're football fans? The difference between these and the Middle Eastern flipping sovereignty groups are that they're diehard football. They want to be the best. They're doing the sports washing. Like, they don't need to sports wash, do they? You know what I mean? They don't need to sports wash. Are they genuine football fans? No, I don't think so. I need Nurin to go and cut off that small amount of hair Avram has. Oh my God. If you get me in a room with Avram, it's all over. It's all over. Tom, I'm telling you now, I'm going for that wig. I'm going for that. I'm going for that little bit of the ponytail. I'm going for it. I'm dragging it. I'm pinching that. I'm like, get the scissors! I'm going to get him in the headlock. I'm like, get the scissors! Let's chop his hair off, eh? Chop it off. Yeah, somebody's saying here, to be fair, to be honest, I don't want just another oil club. Yeah, fair enough. That was in India, that cricket team. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even spoken about him, have we? Mukesh.
The reason why the Glazers bought because of Blair and Brown, they deregulated the financial markets and then they made assets, anybody like with assets and that in Britain, like companies open to American takeovers. That's what they did. Apple by far is the most interesting, but it won't happen with shit. It does. Well, that they're going to be like Apple like a board, so they can't spend a lot of money on Man United, can they? They can't. They can't really spend a lot of money on Man United.
They can't, not unless they sell shares in their own company.
Exactly.
And somebody wants to bail out.
Exactly. They're responsible to their shareholders and their board. So they're not going to be like caring about it. At the moment, because to me, City have been allowed to be owned by that. Newcastle have been owned. Now, Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool are going to be owned like that. So Man United, we have to be in that club where a billionaire football obsessed that wants to show off buys Man United for Man United to compete. I'm telling you, the days of Man United just being owned where you can compete normally are done. Soon as they let City being taken over, now soon as Chelsea, Ibrahimovic came in, City, now Newcastle, all of that went out the window, mate. It went out the window. It went out the window.
I'll be honest though, Nurudin, I don't know about businessmen anymore in football because I don't think they can be trusted in the right ways to imbalance the market, because it's either going to be you need an owner who's going to come in and who's going to invest potentially his own money to buy the football club, and then we want all the upgrades and the extras on top of it all. Before you know it, Nurudin, they're going to come crawling back and wanting to rake some of that money back in.
Exactly.
And you know the way Manchester United, the Glazer family manipulated it was they took away all the revenues that Manchester United made. They took all the revenues away. Man United revenues upwards of nearly £800 million a season. That's not including if you qualify for the Champions League, you have your TV rights. You could be raking in £1 billion per term and per year, and that's not even with the overall accounts. That should be invested back into the club. That should be what you use to buy a new stadium or invest in players or the women's team, the youth team. That's what you should be using. So it's either you're going to get somebody in who's going to allow that to take place and allow that to happen, or you could potentially be stuck with another palm tree of where you've got a person who's invested all this money. He might say one thing and say, "I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the fans. I'll compensate with the fans and things like that." But he's going to want his money back.
Exactly.
He's not stupid, and that's the only thing why I believe that the Middle East have the upper hand in terms of a bidding war. Not just because of the major finances that they have, they ain't going to need the money back, Nurudin.
This is it. Look
they
at Man
aren't
City.
going to need it back. That's what I mean.
Look at Man City.
Hitman Son's still got he's still got his billionaire mansion.
Exactly. Bankrolled Man City. Big up Alien Tenor. Alien says Glazers by Liverpool FC. There's a laughing emoji. But big up Kyle. Kyle says, Mr. Structor, do you think there's already a buyout? They just haven't broke the news yet. It could be. It could be, but I don't actually believe they're going to sell. Genuinely, I don't believe it because I'm just over being manipulated and PR the way they PR the fuck out of the fan base is I can't tell you enough. I have to see it to believe it. But he says here, if they're already a buyer, they just haven't broke the news yet because the Glazer brother was on Sky a few days ago, was smiling like a Chester cat with that ponytail. Oh God. Neil says here, no to America, no to Arabs. and Alicia's thinking over, she said, Mike Ashley in. What are you trying to do, Alicia? Oh my God. Eh?
I think she's been hacked.
Actually, you've only got 1 point in it. I watched the game against, who did you play the other day? Poland versus Mexico. You should have gone for it. You were too defensive. Have a word with that Polish manager. You've got decent players now. You need to attack. The Norwegian front will never interfere. They are crazy woke and will only be worried about diversity in the board and will make our women's team 50% or 50% of the money. Maybe that's a good thing. Ethical people, maybe. All the interest parties like Bahrain have gone quiet because they can't compete with the interest.
That's what this is what I'm meaning.
Yeah, Michael Knighton used to be the
spokesperson.
Speaker for the Silent Knights, but nothing from him. No, there's another. I heard another news about one of the guys from the original, Knights. Back in the day, he might be thinking that he's thinking that.
Oh, what was his name now? It was on Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot his name now.
Yeah.
O'Neill or something.
Something O'Neill.
Jim O'Neill, I think his name is.
Maybe, yeah. He's one of the original Knights. Apparently, he's interested now, and there's also talk of David Beckham being involved with one of the bidders. Well, don't tell what's that comedian called? Something Lassett. What's his name? That comedian that pretended to burn the 10 grand. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. What's his name? John Lassett or something? That comedian. Remember you see that comedian who blagged that he was going to burn the 10 grand. Actual people thought that comedian was going to burn £10,000. Crazy. Netflix are interested in United. We're already a Netflix comedy special anyway. Actually, they're the best buyers. Tom, they're the best buyers. We were already being a comedy series. They just have us on. We're like a soap opera, like EastEnders or Corrie, or like Emmerdale storyline. Honestly, we've already done business with Netflix. Netflix. We are a Netflix special. How many times did I tell you guys? Nah, the Kuwaiti guys are not. The Kuwaiti guys are not interested in buying football.
No, they're not.
They're not interested.
I don't think they're that much interested in sports, to be honest.
Yeah, guys, 50 likes so far.
Come on, people.
That's the biggest take piss anyway. So it seems like the chat is split. Some people want the Indian owner. Some people want
Mukesh Ambani, yeah. What do you think to him, Nuruddin? What's your thoughts on Mukesh?
I don't know nothing about him. Apparently, he owns like 4 clubs in India, and I'm like, isn't that against like competition rules?
I think it's to do more with cricket, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think it's to do with football.
He owns 4 cricket teams, apparently. We'll take any owners who can immediately put money in the stadium infrastructure, transfer it. People need to get out of their dream world where everything is just if they want to win now.
Well,
cash. You need
to be fair to Kush here, there's no such thing as an ideal billionaire.
No,
there's no such thing as a perfect owner. Every billionaire has skeletons in the closet. That's all I will say to people. Mm-hmm. But I don't. To be fair, people are making the conspiracies of do they have a buyer already or not? I don't think they do. Because I think I don't think they would get the Rain Group involved if they didn't have a buyer already. Because why do you need all those hundreds of contacts that were interested in Chelsea? Why do you need them if you've already got somebody in place?
Yeah.
You wouldn't need them.
Yeah. Now listen, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie to you. They're saying that Shubham says there is a concrete Mukesh Ambani.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Guys, that's the Indian businessman, yeah.
Yeah. He's like an aluminium company. I think he's the 3rd or 2nd richest man in the world. Well, we'll see. If it happens, let's have a big party outside Old Trafford, of course. If it happens that they sell, we're having a fucking party. We are having a party. Yeah, honestly. But yeah, guys, let's honestly, we don't have any power and control over it. Genuinely,
no,
we don't have any power and control. Apple, Tesla use child labor to mine lithium in South America, Congo. Jim moving to Monaco, avoiding taxes. All dirty work. These petrochemical companies, wealthy are dirty, not just the Arab state. Facts, 100%, Muhammad Ali. It's not just because of the Arab states. It's not. To me, it will just leave a bitter taste in my mouth because the Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, are bombing. They're bombing Yemen, and millions are starving to death in Yemen. Millions. It's the biggest humanitarian disaster in the world at this point.
Yeah.
It's what's happening in Yemen. So it'll just break my heart. Emirates, Dubai, or India? Emirates, Dubai, or India? That's what he wants. Who do you want, Alicia? Let us know.
She wants Mike Ashley, didn't she?
Imagine Beckham or Man United, either sole owner or part of the investment group after Fergie refused to let him return to Man United. Wow. I didn't know that he wanted to return. Here we go. Dubai looks like most likely. I don't see Americans buying at all.
Not for the price tag, I don't think. And I don't think it's the price tag that puts them off, though. I think it's the additional investments that they will be probably the fans are going to be on the back to make.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of them have the stomach to swallow the protests or the sponsorship deals that they might lose out on owning the football club, because obviously they've seen what have happened to the Glazer family on the way out, where the money's drying up. Richard Arnold already said that in that interview. The money's drying up. We need the sponsors to keep on with us. Otherwise, we're going to struggle to bring in the investment needed to build things and all this, that, the other. But it comes to a point where you think, well, what was it all about, really? You get all this investment in, but it's funny how you see everybody's dipping now. Everybody who was a part of this Super League has at some point in time either had the opportunity to dip. Kroenke had the opportunity with Daniel Ek to dip out. Obviously, he didn't. He kept on and stayed on. You've then had FSG saying that they're going to sell, which is Liverpool ownership. You've now potentially got the Glazer family. Ed Woodward, obviously, abandoned his role. The ambassador for UEFA for Liverpool abandoned his role. I think the guy at Chelsea did as well. I can't remember what his name was. Bruce Buck obviously left the football club as well when Todd Bowley took over. So there's a lot of different narratives of the Americans want out. A lot of these American people want out now, but it's the franchises that own the American sports clubs that are wanting in now. You've got co-owner of the I think is it the LA Rapids or something that Todd Bowley owns, and he's not the biggest person a part of that consortium that he's led with. But the only thing I have against consortiums is you're going to have 3 or 4 different people who are going to have a different way of running the football club, and they all have their own individual wealth that they're going to be prepared to put in. Because what you're going to have one person who's going to be, let's invest in the stadium. You're going to have one who's going to be, let's invest in the women's team, the youth team. Let's invest in transfers. Let's invest in the development of the team or the technology. Everybody's going to have their own point of view or way of how they think the club's going to be run. But that's the only problem. But we need to get the likes up, people. Come on, we're only on 60 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the likes up, people. We've got 105 people watching. Let's get the likes up. Come on.
Adam Maloney just says that Ed Woodward has been approached by a group seeking to buy the club, asking him to act as a consultant for their potential purchase. You must be a City fan or a Liverpool fan, Adam Maloney. I'm telling you, you're a wind-up merchant, mate. Get that absolute fraud out. Get him as far away as he can from Man United. Get him as far away from United, honestly. Big up the United fans. Was the protest over the Super League. They cancelled Liverpool's and ended the Glazers. Yeah. Big up Alien Tenno. I'm sure you were there as well. We were all there. Guys, genuinely, this is disgraceful. There's 110 of you writing here now. It's just a joke. While they're coming for you, Nuri, on Twitter. Of course they are. They're coming for me, man. I'm telling you. I tell them the truth. They can't take it. But anyway, let's get into the World Cup, people. The best game I've watched so far in the World Cup has been, it was the second half, Germany, Japan. It was end-to-end. Before that, obviously, big up the Saudi team. We don't like the rulers, but we like the Saudi people. We got nothing against Saudi people, but we hate their rulers. But big up Saudi. That was one of the biggest shocks in world football. Innit? To me, it's the biggest shock in World Cup history. That Cameroon team went to the quarterfinals and got cheated by England and Gary Bloody Lineker with the 2 penalties. So let's not get it twisted, people. Let's not get it twisted. But Tom, what have you enjoyed so far? Other than the England game, obviously, it was a brilliant result. Iran were horrendous, just sat back and England punished them right, left, and centre. But what other game were you most surprised about in the World Cup? Tom? Oh, Tom, we'll be back in a minute. Around 3-4 billion pounds, money, pounds. Around 4 million pounds. Okay, I don't know if I'm talking to somebody. This World Cup worse than South Africa World Cup already.
Jesus
why tell us, Adrian, what are you feeling about that? Tell us.
Yeah, tell us, man.
And let us know. But Tom, my favorite game was the Japan-Germany game. The second half was the best second half I've seen in the World Cup for a long time. It was end-to-end. And actually even the first half, because Germany had 25 shots. Their keeper made about 6 or 7 saves. They hit the post, they hit the bar. It was an incredible game to watch. And then they snatched it at the end. What was your favorite game so far?
I like the Canada game, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah, pick up Canada. What a game. Unlucky Canada, honestly. They absolutely ripped Belgium apart.
Belgium have been shocking, though, in major tournaments, let's be honest.
Yeah,
they've underperformed for the quality of players.
Portugal was shocking as well today. That guy, if he would have scored that goal, that would have been the goal of the tournament.
Already, you can already shut the rest of the tournament off, mate. That goal wins it.
He was so unlucky. He slipped. What's this? 0-0 snooze fest. What game was that? What game was the snooze? Oh, lot of 0-0s. Ah, okay. Lot of 0-0. Yeah, there has been, but there's been a lot of goals as well, to be fair. There's been a lot of goals.
Croatia game, I think that was the most boringest game I've seen anyway.
I didn't watch that one. I avoided that one. I thought Poland-Mexico was exciting without any goals. I thought it was an intense game of football. with hardly any quality, but it was exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the Canada impressed me. Who impressed you? All right, in the comments, who's impressed you so far? What team has impressed you so far? I think Canada's been super impressive. I thought Japan was super impressive. Saudi Arabia was super impressive. Is that the top 3 impressive teams in the tournament so far?
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't argue against them.
Yeah. What do you think of Neymar? I think Neymar is a fraud. I swear to God. I'm telling you. I swear to God, I'm telling you that. You know me, I'm honest in it. I call it as I see it. And Neymar at Barcelona, Neymar at Santos. Neymar was amazing then. Neymar, when he first got into the Brazil team, he was amazing. He played up the pitch. He was a team player. He would pass the ball, combine with players, get in good positions, and be really good finishing. At Barcelona, that was his best team. Then he left Barcelona to go to Farmers League for 200 million. And that to me told me everything I needed to know about Neymar. And ever since then, at Paris Saint-Germain, when they're struggling, because it's the majority of games they win by a canter, when they're struggling, they give him the ball and he takes on different people. He tries to play like that for Brazil and he's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. So quickly, guys, the 3 best teams, 3 impressive teams that you've seen so far, not the big names, yeah, the big names, not the big names, but the 3 impressive teams you watched so far and the 3 worst teams you've seen so far. Let me start again. I'll give you the 3 impressive teams. Saudi Arabia, Canada, and Japan. They're my 3. 3 worst teams were Ghana. Ghana were bad today. This they're not that good. They're not that good. And they scored 2 goals. Like Ghana scored 2 goals against them. I thought Belgium not that great. Who else did I think not that great? Obviously, yeah, Costa Rica. They got slapped up, mate. What
do you think is Qatar?
Qatar, yeah, they weren't that good either. So I'll put 4th in there. Actually, you know what? Qatar, Costa Rica,
you can take Belgium out of it, can't you? Really? Because it's just put them
Ghana.
through.
I think Senegal as well. They were bad. There's a lot more bad teams, but Senegal we understand because they're missing their best player, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah. Richarlison second goal. That's the best goal of the tournament so far, people. By absolute mile. That touch there. I wanted Richarlison, and some United fans were telling me on Twitter, he's shit. I said I wanted him. I wanted Richarlison. I've rated him since he was at Watford. I wanted Richarlison at Man United. Yeah. Japan, Spain, and France. I didn't watch the French game, to be fair. But I knew they were going to beat Australia. They were going to smash Australia. Senegal were good against them. Just couldn't finish yet. To me, Costa Rica, Qatar, and who else? Out of the unknown teams in it that we don't know, those 2 look bad. Like, those 2 look bad. But out of the big guys with reputations, Argentina, not impressed. Belgium, not impressed. I was impressed with Germany. Germany was just unlucky and they come up against an amazing keeper. Portugal, not impressed. Who else out of the big teams are you not impressed with? Oh, England, one of the most impressive. Out of the big teams, England, one of the most impressive. Yeah, Japan, England, France, being some of the most impressive. Chunk, there we go. Alicia's on it again. Josh King in for in January. Josh King in. You can tell I've got a cold, people. I've got a cold. I don't know wherever you are, people, but it's freezing in the UK. Tom, are you back in Sheffield in that cold, windy place? Rather, Arabs buying United, knowing their football culture is huge. Saudi League is better, more competitive than the MLS. Americans will buy United for money and exposure only. Okay. Well, let's hope they don't, bro. I hope they don't. Costa Rica, Qatar, Argentina, trash. Okay. Good night, scum. Oh, you're calling me scum? Hey, all you know that's rent-free, mate. Rent-free. No problem. Would you be happy with Dubai ownership already? Well, I've actually got no say in the matter. If I had say in the matter, we would have only local people owning the local football teams. Honestly. That's if I had it. And then that would be a fair playing field. And I would cap the amount you can spend on transfers so that good coaching, coaching would be the best thing to employ the best coaches, and that's what I would do. That's what I would do. But I've got no say in the matter, bro. I would like a combination of maybe the Dubai lot with Jim Radcliffe. I think that might be better because then they've got deeper pockets and they want to show off, don't they? And before I was like, I'm against them, but when I look at it, their business is so much integrated into the British economy anyway. See the amount of houses they own and the amount of businesses they got shares in. It's crazy. Qatar, Costa Rica, yeah. Dubai in all day, all life. Look at this, guys. Look at this guy here. Absolutely rent-free. Best games have been England, Spain, France. No, the best game for me was Germany versus Spain. Sorry, Germany versus Japan. That was an incredible game. Arabs say that they will add goat curry to the United menu in a red cafe. This request might hold up the whole £1 million takeover. Big up, Sajinda. Probably the comment of the night. Arabs say they will add goat curry to the United menu in a red cafe. This request might hold up the whole multi-billion takeover. Oh, big up. There you go, Alicia. You tell them. You let them know. France have been the most impressive. I don't think they've been that impressive. Just happy Glazers are going. Well, hopefully they are, bro. Hopefully they are. It would be good. Dubai, so Jim Ratcliffe would be the most ideal. Yeah. Argentina, Holland, Belgium, Paul. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Canada for me, most impressive with Canada, Saudi Arabia, out of the small teams in a smaller nation. Qatar. So sorry. Canada, Saudi Arabia, and Japan were brilliant. Japan are not a small nation, but you know what I mean. Now it's all good, man. They're welcome. Every football fan is welcome on the channel. But you know that they're getting a bit nervous, though, Logan. They're getting a bit nervous, mate. That goat curry sounds good, innit? Goat curry sounds good. Guys, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification button. It lets you know when we're next live. And it's going to be very interesting. I don't think it's going to be a quick sale like Tom said. I think it's not going to be a quick sale. I think by the end of the season, if they're serious about selling, that's when it's going to happen. That's when it's going to happen. But Tom, what question was I going to ask you? Oh, I forgot now. It's gone. I forgot. So I was saying, how cold is it in the 7 hills of those 7 hills of Sheffield? How cold is it?
It's not that bad, to be fair. Nah. I don't mind I don't know why. I don't know why though. I'm a bit weird in the sense that I don't mind the cold.
You're a proper Yorkshireman, aren't you?
I don't mind the cold. That's the thing.
You're made of that tough stuff, aren't you? Yorkshire, lad. Yorkshire.
Made of that steel.
Yorkshire. No, definitely. I doubt it. He doesn't wear a wig. No, we won't have him if he wears a wig. That's a disqualifier. You got to keep your bald head. You got to be able to show the bald head if you want to be owner of Man United.
Here's a question that I've asked a couple of people anyway, Nuruddin. Depending on new ownership, do you think Ten Hag should be worried about his job? Do you think the directors, obviously Richard Arnold and John Murtough, haven't been here for long in their roles? Do you think they should be worried?
Oh, of course they should be worried. They're part of the old regime, mate.
Even Ten Hag?
Anybody who's been bought in by the bankers themselves needs to fuck off. Anybody that's bought in by the bankers, all of them need to fuck off. All of them. Sorry, Tom. But you
think Ten Hag should be worried then?
No, I think Ten Hag, because I think would they have a conversation with Ten Hag, and when they listen to what Ten Hag plans that he has for the club, I think they'll understand. I think they'll know they can't get anybody.
You think they'll back him though, like because Todd Bowley was supposed to back Thomas Tuchel and it never happened.
Well, I think they would. I genuinely think. Let's do a Maguire Jones to Liverpool, please, God. Yeah. No, seriously. But what do you think, Tom? I answer that question yourself.
I don't know if I'm fair. I think it depends where the ownership comes from. Because I think if it's a similar ownership that we've just had,
yeah,
their hand was forced to give it to Ten Hag, but the heart wanted to give it to Pochettino.
Mm-hmm.
But the club and the fans obviously revolted against that and wanted Ten Hag all the way, and they got their wish in the end.
Yeah,
So if you get a similar ownership who want to make money out of the club,
yeah,
that ain't Ten Hag's plans. Ten Hag's plans is I need the cash there to do what I want to do with it, the football club.
yeah.
And I think it depends. With the Richard Arnold and Murto, oh mate, they're gone. Let's be honest, mate. If a new owner came in from Dubai, if it was Ratcliffe, if it was even someone from the US, I will be shocked if they keep these men on.
Yeah.
I'll be really shocked.
Yeah, Jarvis Cocker, I've only missed one protest, bro. It says, Nuruddin, would you still go to protest until the club's sold? Yes, 100%. And do you fear that this could be another Glazer smokescreen to accommodate sponsors and take 100%, Jarvis, 100%. That's why I'm not fully in. I have to see it to believe it, guys. I have to see it to believe it, 100%. I've been done by these vultures before, mate. We've all been done by them. Yeah, but to me, anybody the bankers bought in, they all have to go. But other than the manager, I'll keep the manager, because I think he's the most exciting, interesting manager. But
I think he's the best option that's out there.
If they think that they could get someone better, it's going to be their club, regardless of what we say. But I would keep Ten Hag and back him and then see what.
The only manager I could think a new owner might come in and think twice about ditching Ten Hag for would maybe be as a Zidane, but that'd be it. Yeah. I can't really think of anybody else, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, big up people, big up love and light people. Big up to every one of you. Yeah, man, try to stay warm out here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we'll be live hopefully tomorrow night. But big up to every one of you. Maybe a later date, 11 o'clock. So if any of you late night crew will be there. We'll go through whatever breaking news or whatever's happening now. I'm going to try to go live at least once a day now. So big up to every one of you. We're going to try to do that for you guys because there's so much. It's not about to explain. I don't hate the guy. I don't think he's that great player. I think at Barcelona, that's when he peaked. At Barcelona, he was amazing. At Santos, he was amazing. Brazil, when he was younger, he was amazing. This now, he's just a fraud. He hogs the ball. He wants to take on 20 people and want to put it. And that's not it. You can't play with a player like that. You can't. And everybody wants to pass him the ball. They make it all about Neymar and Brazil. They've had brilliant players, but they all work together as a team. And he's not a team player. He's too selfish. Everything's about him. Everything's about him. And he rolls around. I'm done with that. I'm done. And all you FIFA generation, because he does a little bit of skill and stuff like that. God help me. God help me. If the skill doesn't, you do skills not for doing them sake. You do skills to get out of tight situations, to go and score or set up somebody. He's not that guy, mate. He's not that guy. At Barcelona, he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He went to a farmers league, and that just shows you what type of character he is for money. For me, he is one of the most overhyped footballers in the history of the world. Especially now, he looks like completely washed up. I think Brazil played better without him as a team, just like Portugal played better as a team without Ronaldo.
It's funny that.
Honestly, when I've watched Brazil play without Messi, without Neymar, I've seen Brazil play as a combination. The team has tried to. Nobody's hugging the ball like
yeah. Wait, hang on. What was that command? Ratcliffe wants to employ. Well,
Ratcliffe wants to employ Terry Christian as our media man.
Well,
big up Terry Christian. I know Terry Christian. I know him quite well, actually. He's a top man, mate. I like Terry. I've known him for years. Top man, mate. He's one of the funniest Mancunians ever. But anyway, love and light, people. Take care. Tom, make sure you give Tom a follow. Tom Journals went on Twitter. And big up to Tom. Yeah, Tom, I see what you sent me about the thing. And I forgot to reply to you, bro. But big up.
No, it's fine, man. It's only an update anyway.
Big up. Big up anyway. Love. Yeah. Big up to every one of you. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Smash a like on your way out of the video, people. But But yeah, no, definitely he's going to be Zidane. Zidane's waiting for that job, apparently. But take care, people. The word Team Terry, mate. Oh, my word. What a show that was. Big up, people. Tom, enjoy the rest of the World Cup, and we'll catch you tomorrow if you're around, mate. Big up.
Yeah, likewise.
Take
Love
care,
and like everyone. Peace.
Win, lose, or draw. Bank us out, Glazers out.
Glazers out.
Neymar's a fraud. Peace.